Сьогодні в програмі розкажемо вам, як пройшов чудовий гала-вечір, якого Конгрес українців Канади зорганізував на вшанування колишнього посла Канади в Україні Романа Waschука і його дружини Оксани Смеречук.
Добрий вечір. Маємо приємність тут поговорити із президентом Конгресу українців Канади, пані Лесею Хівчий. Пані Лесю, гратулюємо, виглядає надзвичайно чудовий вечір.
Так. Ми дуже тішимося, що стільки нашої громади приєдналися до цього свята, де ми будемо відзначати нашого бувшого посла Романа Waschука, який щойно закінчив свою каденцію як посол Канади в Україні.
Тепер скажіть, яка є тема цього задуму? Як ви то все так гарно зорганізували, і що ця кімната означає, і бенкетна заля що означає?
Тут ми старалися відтворити Україну. Як бачите, тут є українська тематика. На екранах висвітлюємо фотографії українських міст. А тоді переходимо в Канаду, і це поєднує Романа, його службу в Україні як посол Канади і в якомусь сенсі його повернення в Канаду.
Я зрозумів також, що заробіток із цього вечора призначений на парламентарну програму. Може про це сказати дещо?
Як, можливо, ваші глядачі знають, при Конгресі українців Канади є програма стажування для молодих наших українців-канадців, щоб вони здобували досвід на парламентській гірці. Під час цього стажування вони працюють в офісі члена нашого парламенту, навіть міністри приймають таких parliamentary interns. І це ми робимо, щоб заохотити наших молодих студентів і молодь, щоб цікавитися політичним життям і, можливо, кар'єрі політичні. І роман – це є зразок, що може людина досягнути в цій сфері.
Дуже гарно. А скажіть, що можна очікувати тепер на програмі нині вечором?
Будуть дуже почесні гості. Не знаю, чи можу вам зраджувати зараз. Хочу, щоб це була несподіванка, щоб ви знімали кадри там.
Добре, дуже дякуємо, пані Лесю, і гарного вечора, і гратулюємо за чудову імпрезу.
Today, the carol sung will be performed by the St. Nicholas Ukrainian Catholic Church Choir in 4 languages: Ukrainian, English, French, and Wendat, the Iroquois language descendant from the Huron Wendat. I now invite Roman and Oksana to join the choir on stage to perform a Huron Christmas carol, Jezus Ahatonia.
It's my honor to invite the Honorable Chrystia Freeland, the Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, to bring greetings. Thank you.
Я перший Романа зустріла в 1989 році, коли він працював в Москві. Я була студенткою в Києві. Вже тоді КГБ зрозуміло, що я їм не дуже сподобалася. І мені потрібна була поміч сторони канадського уряду. Roman was the Canadian diplomat who provided consular assistance. Roman has done tremendous work representing Canada around the world, but I think we would all agree that it was incredibly fitting that his last post, the capstone to a very distinguished career, was in Ukraine. During that period, we provided almost $800 million in support for various programs, various efforts of the Ukrainian government. We signed a free trade agreement with Ukraine, a really important form of economic support. Critically, Canadian officers, women and men in uniform, have been in Ukraine training those brave Ukrainians who are defending not just Ukraine, but democracy. More than 15,000 Ukrainians have gone through the training of Operation Unifier. In Roman, you have shown how worthwhile that work of the Hromada over many, many years was, and let's continue to do that. Дякую вам дуже. Добрий вечір. Честь тобі, Романе.
Good evening, everyone. Bonsoir à tous. For starters, a special shout out to the Canadian police officers in the room who helped provide training to Ukraine's police forces. Thank you for your service and for everything you do to keep people safe. And of course, thank you to Ambassador Waschuk and Mrs. Smerichuk. For decades, Roman and Oksana have represented Canadians abroad with dignity and helped advance our country's place in the world. Roman, from your first posting in Moscow through Berlin to your ambassadorship in Serbia, then Ukraine, you've been a key champion for the Canada-Ukraine relationship and a steady voice for Canadians. Your leadership abroad, policy work at headquarters in Ottawa, and dedication to the Ukrainian community in Canada will have a lasting impact on all Canadians. So thank you for your service and for all you've done and continue to do for Canadians. Félicitations sur une carrière magnifique. Passez une très belle soirée.
One of the many things that I learned in Canada was surprisingly this powerful poem by Ivan Franko, which was just quoted by Christia. This poem is called "Na Velike Rokovine," and there is no surprise it was prohibited under the communists in Ukraine. And it was only here when I actually learned about this poem and about this fantastic line about Богдан. Кожен може стати Богданом, як настане слушний час, which means everyone can be a hero and you'd better be prepared. Christio, if you allow me, I'll take this quote back to Ukraine with a little twist. Кожен має стати Романом, як настане слушний час. Romana, Oksana, thank you for your example. Thank you for your friendship. Дякую. Glory to Canada. Слава Україні. Многое літо.
Now, you have heard Karim speak about the amazing projects that Canada has delivered during the tenure of Ambassador Waschuk. The depth and breadth of those projects speaks to the commitment that Canadians and Ukrainian Canadians have to ensuring Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity, Ukraine's economic development, and ensuring that Ukraine continues on the path to true democratic reform and Euro integration. Ambassador Waschuk and Oksana asked that this evening we pay tribute to two projects which were particularly meaningful to them during Roman's tenure as ambassador. I'd like to invite you to view a brief video.
Canada has been one of the key international partners to support police reform in Ukraine since it started in 2015 after the Maidan Revolution of Dignity. It helped to make changes happen through a series of projects and missions funded by Canadian government. Initial training, public engagement, and provision of equipment, including uniforms and body cameras, ensured the mobilization of new patrol police officers in 32 cities.
Please accept this token of our appreciation.
And I think that's a great success story because your police services has to represent society. They have to be diverse, and that is something that I think is a lasting legacy for Canada. So for my fellow officers, Roman, thank you so much for your support. We love it.
So for 6 years, Russia has waged a war of aggression against Ukraine, and while defending their homeland, the Ukrainian armed forces have undergone a comprehensive reform. And they have greatly strengthened their battle readiness and are moving towards full interoperability with NATO forces. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome members of Canada's Armed Forces who have served in Operation Unifier in Ukraine.
You are lucky in the ambassador that you have. You have the best. And you know, I do consider myself to be very lucky. Never more proud to be able to be a representative of the Canadian Armed Forces, representative of the Canadian Armed Forces to the country of Ukraine. Never more proud to have served as part of the Embassy of Canada and a part of Ambassador Waschuk's team. And certainly on behalf of the Canadian Armed Forces, I'd just like to say once again, thank you for all the leadership that you showed in your guidance.
We've invited some special guests this evening to toast our honorees. To speak on behalf of Oksana, we invite Valida Kent, the spouse of former U.S. Deputy Chief of Mission in Kiev, George Kent.
Now Oksana and Roman have come full circle, returning to Canada as metaphorical diplomatic IDPs for their next transition. Whether Oksana resumes her lifelong of translation, a love of translation interpretation, or moves in an entirely different direction, embarking on new adventures, while nurturing her love for things Ukrainian, we can say for sure she will make her mark in whatever she defines as her communities, as she always has.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Christopher Shepardano.
I have a feeling he'll be getting calls for advice, perhaps from the Deputy Prime Minister, and help on complex international crises. Let's hope he replies as he looks over his glasses and says, that sounds like a job for an ex-ambassador. Za veliki trud, дуже дякую.
It is our honor this evening to present the Shevchenko Medal to Roman Waschuk. This medal is the highest form of esteem bestowed by the Ukrainian Canadian Congress upon deserving members of our community.
Working systematically to fix a 150,000 strong police force does not equal enabling corruption. Unless you expect all problems and problematic individuals in a huge force to disappear magically on day 2 of your effort. Public trust is up, as our police colleagues have said, new approaches have been adopted, and our police reform work goes on, as it does with the military.
So once again, thank you to all. And in recognizing how important it is for the community to develop and grow young leaders, we would like to donate this check to the UCC Parliamentary Internship Program. We are looking forward to seeing more young people exploring opportunities, where they can go, what they can achieve in public and community service.